good evening. Love can grow and increase. I realized this with the expectation of our third child. Where will I get love for the third child? Would I have to take away some of the love from each of my other children in order to love my third child as well? And then it became clear. Love is inexhaustible. There's always more love available. And therefore love can increase and grow. Paul writes to the congregation in Thessalonica and mentions already in the introduction the congregation's faith, love, and hope. In his elaboration on love, he writes that it is not necessary for him to write to them about brotherly love because they themselves have been taught by God to love each other. This is the crux of the matter. The origin of love in believers is God himself. God is love, writes John in his first letter. He does not only have love and does not only give love, he is love. And whoever shares in him therefore also shares in the infinite source of love. God shows us his love by sending his Son into this world so that we can have life through him. And those who have been incorporated through faith in Jesus receive the Holy Spirit of God who works love in us. And then it goes out from there. Because if God has shown his love to us, we should also love each other. The Lord commands that we should love him as he loved us. John 13. This love must grow and increase. In Paul's second letter to Thessalonians, he notes with gratitude that it is happening in the congregation. In his first letter, chapter 3:12, he prays that the love will grow and become abundant. And later in chapter 4, he calls them to devote themselves even more to love. God-given, God-made love among each other increases. It grows like a small seed that is planted and then becomes a big plant. It becoming more and more. It starts to overflow like a dam that gets fuller and fuller and then later starts to push over the dam wall. Because it is love from God, this love can become more than 100% full. It overflows. Love for one another then becomes love for all people, as Peter stated in 2 Peter chapter 1 verse 5, that our mutual affection, our mutual love must grow into affection and love for all people. Love for one another grows and flows into love for all people. You cannot keep it for yourself. It must overflow towards your neighbor, to everyone that the Lord brings on your path. Beloved sister and brother, live in the love of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Let it fill you and let it overflow into love for each other and let it overflow into love for all people. Don't try to block God's love, to keep it to yourself. Also, don't block it and keep it only to fellow believers. Open the channels so it can flow through to all people. Good night.